दुआ है कि मेरी धरती पे जुर्रतों के गुलाब महकें। मेरी दुआ है कि मेरी धरती पे जुर्रतों के गुलाब महकें। मेरी तमन्ना है करिया करिया रफाकतों के सहाब महकें। नहीं लम्हे जो सब्ज परचम को लेके निकले तो इस तरह से कि चारों सूबों में बस्ती बस्ती मोहब्बतों के निसाब महकें। अब आपके सामने तकरीर करेंगे मिसाली ज़करिया हायर सेकेंडरी स्कूल के होनहार तालिब इल्म हमजा अली। आप सबकी तालियों की गूंज में हमजा अली।
Assalamu alaikum to all the people. Being Muslim, I would like to commence my speech with the name of Allah, who is the most bounteous and the most merciful. I am immensely grateful to the principal of Misali Zikra Higher Secondary School who allowed to arrange such a splendid ceremony and encourage students Allah to be participated. I also pay regards to all my respected teachers, guests and the students present here. By God's grace, I am here to illustrate the purpose of Pakistan, that why Pakistan came into being, why such desires aroused to achieve a separate homeland of their own, why a lot of Muslims had to be sacrificed for such great purpose. So now the question arises in mind, what are the demands, facts and purposes of this Independence Day? The word independence is a great meaningful word for those who have a sense of patriotism. Apparently, it seems to be a common word, but if you want to know that what is the value of freedom, what is the importance of independence, then try to ponder over the dreadful circumstances of Gaza in Palestine, where our dear Muslim brothers are being injured and tyrannized by the Israeli oppression. Coming to the point, in the vast subcontinent where Bharat and Pakistan were situated and where the British held sway, there lived 100 million Muslims who for centuries had made this part of the world their homeland. There lived 300 million others who came to this subcontinent in earlier era. As the day of freedom for these 400 million people drew near, it was obvious that at the end of British rule, 100 million Muslims would have to live their new life as a perpetual political minority. Hindus and Muslims were in theater one. So the long experience and the history of several centuries had taught them that under a dominating majority of Hindus, the freedom from British rule would mean to the Muslims, otherwise not freedom but only a chain of masters. It was not merely a question of religious differences as that it was generally understood. It was not merely that Muslims were monotheists or that the Hindus were polytheists or that Muslims believed in the Prophet of Arabia, in Christ and in the Old Testaments where the Hindus didn't. Actually, Hindus had a system of their own, known as the caste system, in which the Hindus who were at the top of hierarchy considered a sin to eat with the so-called lower human beings or sometimes even to touch them. Their economic outlooks were also very different. Muslims had their own laws of inheritance based on Islam and non-economic institutions, whereas the Hindus were designed to promote the distinction of wealth and discourage vast unearned accumulations. Under the dominating majority of Hindus, Muslims feared that they would have to suffer a great setback and perhaps be totally eclipsed. Economically and industrially, Muslims were even more backward than Hindus. Thus, the freedom from British rule meant practically nothing unless it meant freedom from the Hindu majority as well. These were the reasons they asked for a country of their own. We believed then and we believe now that the demand of the Muslims in the subcontinent India to have a separate state of their own was based on both human and geopolitical grounds. Muslims, for themselves, have chosen this path, chalked out for them by their simple, political, logical, and clear-cut beliefs and decisions. Foremost among us, those beliefs are the belief in the supreme sovereignty of God, belief in the equality of men, belief in the democracy, belief in the right of people to be governed by their own freely chosen representatives, belief in the individual destiny, belief in the fundamental freedom of every single man and woman, belief in the sanctity of human life, belief in the sanctity of home, belief in the sanctity of human liberty, belief in the universal peace, but an equally strong belief in resisting against tyranny, aggression, and exploitation. We founded a new state because we wanted to practice these beliefs without being inhibited by contiguity and without being thwarted by domination of other conflicting ways of life. These were the demands which inspired us in our demand for the Pakistan. So the question arises in mind, what are the demands that our freedom makes on us? The first duty is imposed on us. I don't see this in any spirit of selfishness or chauvinism. Free people must maintain their own freedom first. Otherwise, they disgrace the fair name of free men and women all over the world. Maintenance of freedom requires strong and constant vigilance. Liberty does not descend upon the people. Liberty does not descend upon the people, but the people must raise themselves to it. It is a fruit that must be earned before it can be enjoyed. So it means the freedom from the British rule, which actually meant the freedom from the Hindu majority as well. It means, so we should also do something for our freedom. It means the freedom from want, freedom from desire, freedom from corruption, freedom from terrorism, and the freedom from ignorance. This is the main task which confronts us if we are to take our rightful place in this modern world. May I leave this thought with you today. By your generous gesture of kindness, you almost relieved me of this pleasant task. At the end, I appreciate your cooperation and I pray that may our dear homeland, Pakistan, progress by leaps and bounds. Ameen wa salam.
इस होनहार बच्चे की स्पीच, इसके अंदाज, इसके एक्सेंट, इसके प्रोनाउंसिएशन और इसकी अदायगी, और यहाँ मर्दुम शनास बैठे हैं, पैकरे हुस्ने अमल, हुस्ने सखा, हुस्ने अता, पैकरे हुस्ने अमल, हुस्ने सखा, हुस्ने अता, सही मानों में यही है मुआनी जमील का। बेशक है सर सैयद के सानी जमील साहब, लेकिन कहां से लाओगे सानी जमील का। अलहाज शेख मोहम्मद जमील कुरैशी साहब ने इस बच्चे के लिए 5000 रुपए नकद इनाम दिया है। आप सबकी तालियों की गूंज में मैं मुल्तमस हूं कि सर खुद तशरीफ लाएं और अपने दस्ते मुबारक से आप सबकी तालियों की गूंज में अलहाज शेख मोहम्मद जमील कुरैशी साहब ने इस बच्चे के लिए 5000 रुपए नकद इनाम दिया, जो अपने दस्ते मुबारक से आप सबकी तालियों की गूंज में इस बच्चे को दें। और ये होनहार बच्चा हमारी अपनी धरती, हमारे अपने शहर, हमारे जिला मुजफ्फरगढ़ के एक छोटे से शहर शाहजमाल से इसका ताल्लुक, और ये बच्चा अलहाज शेख मोहम्मद जमील कुरैशी साहब का एक्स स्टूडेंट भी है। आप सबकी तालियों की गूंज में